Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday meditation with Rupa Ramadoja. I'm Jeff. Got some tunes. We're going to wait a little bit until everyone has joined us in the waiting room, and then we will start. So maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, Lama.
Oh, ya va llegando personas. Hola, hola, hola. Muy buenas noches, todos hermanos y hermanas.
So good evening, everyone, brothers and sisters.
Espero que maravilloso día, maravilloso fin de semana.
I hope you had a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.
Y también presento semana como lunes.
And also a good start of the week today, Monday.
Y yo estoy fuera en la montaña de Tehuachén, como allá, como mi atrás, toda la ciudad.
And I'm here outside in the well, not the wilderness, but outside with Dewa Chen and the city behind.
Ya. Y desde ahí manteniendo mucho amor, compasión para todos los seres.
And here sending a lot of love and compassion to all beings.
Ya, entonces últimamente nosotros hablamos un poquito sobre de nosotros vida es como loto, ¿cierto?
And last time we were talking a little bit about how our life is like a lotus flower.
Loto, ¿dónde viene? ¿Dónde nace?
So where does the lotus come from? Where is it born from?
Loto viene uno como barro con agua, ¿cierto?
And the lotus comes from muddy waters, basically.
Pero loto manchado o no manchado.
But is the lotus stained by these waters or is it not?
No manchado.
It's not.
Pura, puriza.
It's pure. There's purity.
Oh, eso no es vida.
So that's our life.
Es una cosa interesante. Todo como la verdura o planta, todo nace algo poco sucio, ¿no? Como confuso, no nace con solo una tierra.
And it's interesting because if you take a look at some other plants and legumes and produce, you'll see that they were usually dirty in some way. When they're born, they have some dirt on them.
¿No? Como nace de un composto también vienen de poco sucio, ¿cierto? Como algunos utiliza cosas de baño o no sé, algunas comidas que sobran, todo no tienen limpio, ¿cierto? Pero para la planta está maravilloso para crecer, ¿cierto?
So all of these things, they're not really clean in themselves, and we can use them for composting and such, but for flowers, for plants, it is actually wonderful.
Entonces, eso como un ejemplo, ¿no? Reflexiones.
That's just like a small example, something to reflect on.
Y miramos nuestras vidas.
And we can look at our own lives.
Mientras nosotros como desafío, como algo adversidad externo, todo eso en realidad ayuda para crecer nosotros lotos de la vida.
And in that sense, different challenges, adversities, and things that we experience in life, external factors, we can see them as pretty much just as food or nutrition for this lotus of our life.
Porque uno ejemplo, uno rabia ese uno barro, ¿cierto? Por ejemplo.
So for example, anger can be something like mud.
Pero gracias a rabia, tú ven uno paciencias.
But thanks to this anger, you can start or you can develop patience.
No rabia, no paciencia.
Without anger, there's no patience.
No confusión, no sabiduría.
Without confusion, there is no wisdom.
No apego, no desapego.
Without attachment, there is no non-attachment.
Porque por eso es necesario, como uno necesario para crecer eso, ¿cierto?
So these things, they're necessary to actually develop all of those qualities.
Por eso nosotros, cada uno de nosotros tenemos poco desafío, como poquito nosotros la vida. Por eso nosotros llevo hacia como espiritualidad, una meditación, ¿cierto?
And each one of us has gone through different situations and hardships in life, but all of this has brought us here to a spiritual journey, to meditation.
Si no ha pasado nada en la vida, ningún problema, nada, temporalmente, no vamos a aprender nada. Seguramente no va a aprender.
And most likely, if we had uneventful lives where there were no hardships and everything was just smooth sailing for most of the time, we wouldn't really learn anything. We wouldn't actually develop all of these qualities.
Por eso todo el desafío, como la aflicción, que a todo sucede, uno maestro que nos lleva, que nos enseña para crecer nuestro loto de la vida.
And that's why all of this suffering and all of these hardships, we can see them as a master that teaches us, as a teacher, basically, teaching us about how to grow this lotus of life.
¿Cómo mancha ese barros?
And how does this mud that we're talking about, how does it stain things? How does it make things dirty?
Cuando rechazamos.
So it does it when we actually reject things or have aversion to things.
Cuando rechazo, ahí viene, ¿cierto? Apego, rechazo, ahí viene ese va contamina, atar abajo en eso.
And when there is aversion or rejection or even attachment, those things grab this mud or this contaminant, and we have to work with that.
Por eso, práctica de Tonglen, como muy importante para tomando, no rechazar, como aprender, como utilizar, como en la práctica y en los caminos. Eso es uno maravilloso, uno Tonglen.
So this practice of Tonglen, and one of the wonderful things about it is that it allows us to move past attachment or rejection to certain situations or emotions and actually use them as practice on our spiritual path.
De por eso es importante, claro, nuestro momento ten desafío o tendo como la condición más fuerte, nosotros pensamiento más fuerte, a veces no alcanza como transformar, ¿cierto?
And sometimes when we're in a challenging situation, our feelings are too strong or our thoughts are too strong and we can't transform it.
Entonces, ¿qué tienen que hacer primero?
So what do we need to do first?
Primero, reconocerlo.
The first thing is just recognize, be aware of it.
Y yo tengo ese desafío, externo o internos.
So recognize, I have this challenge. It could be external or internal.
Cuando tú reconoces eso, tú recuerdas eso, tú eres como un pequeño Buda.
And then when you recognize that, just observing it and recognizing it, then you're like a little Buddha.
Significa tú ya tienes una sabiduría.
And that means that there's already a bit of wisdom there.
Porque cuando a veces nos perdemos sin saber, ¿cierto? En la vida, muchas veces sin control, sin reconocer, después se viene arrepentimiento o sin culpa.
Because other times when we face the situations and we feel out of control, we don't recognize things, we perform certain actions and then we feel guilty about them.
Primero, reconocer, ¿cierto? Reconocer. Estoy tengo eso, ¿ya?
So first thing is to recognize the situation, be aware of it.
Segunda parte, respiración.
And the second part is check your breath.
Solo respiración, inhalando y exhalando. Solo respiración, nada más.
So it's just breathe in and breathe out, nothing else, just focus on your breath.
No importa, tú puedes, tengo rabia, tengo apego, miedo, tristeza, sí que puedes tener. No rechazar, no seguir, solo respiración, nada más. Y estoy de acuerdo en mi respiración, nada más.
And it doesn't matter if you're angry, if you have anger or sadness or aversion or anything that's going on, fear or whatever, you can feel it and still just focus on your breath. There, you don't need to actually reject it or just feel it and focus on your breath.
Naturalmente, el calma.
And naturally, this emotion or this situation will start to subside.
Porque eso como nubia. Aparece, desaparece, como nubia, pasajero.
Because it's just like the clouds. It's gonna come and go. It's transitory.
Ahora tú tienes como una sabiduría, ¿cierto?
So now you have this wisdom, right?
Tú tienes poder.
You have power.
Ahora tú puedes, después tú puedes hacer un Tonglen.
And then you can do the Tonglen practice.
O como quiera la amistad con eso.
How to cultivate friendship with the situation.
Como escuchar.
Listening.
Y sentir autocompasión.
Feel compassion towards yourself.
Compasión para otros.
Compassion towards others.
Yo no quiero destruir mi paz, por lo menos.
Because at least we don't want to destroy our own peace.
Yo quiero paz, mente feliz.
I want peace. I want a happy mind.
Todo mundo quiere lo mismo, ¿verdad? No duda.
And in essence, everybody wants the same, right? But there's no doubt about it.
Es tomar esa decisión. Voy a hacer paz. No voy a seguir ese drama como esa cosa tontera, digamos.
And just make that decision. I'm going to focus on achieving peace. I'm not going to go towards the drama or to this situation. I want to focus on peace.
Y hacer la Tonglen con la respiración, con la compasión, inhalar, y exhalar como soltar, desapegar, amor incondicional.
And that's where the Tonglen practice comes in, where you inhale with compassion and exhale with detachment, with love, unconditional love.
¿No? Entonces, nuestra práctica fundamental, amor y compasión.
So our fundamental practice is always love and compassion.
Muy importante, primero importante, amor, ¿cierto? Amor.
And very important is love,
Amar nuestra vida preciosa que tenemos.
to love this precious life that we have.
Una grande oportunidad, uno tenemos uno favorable. Toda la cualidad, puede, posibilidad, millón de cosas en tu vida, no solo uno. A veces perdemos una cosa, oh, no puede hacer. Tú puedes. Todo, no limita.
Because we have a lot of qualities. We were born into a lot of qualities that allow us to have this life. Sometimes we focus on other things and we can lose one thing and think, oh, there's no way I can now do whatever I need to do or focus on this part of my life, but it's actually there. We still have all of these precious qualities and all of these blessings in our life that we can be thankful for.
Es importante tomarlos uno como autolíder, ¿cierto? Yo soy responsable de mi ser feliz y también responsable de evitar los sufrimientos, ¿no? Por eso el Buda dice, somos propios maestros, no va a encontrar otro maestro mejor que tú. Te cuento seguido bien.
And in that sense, we kind of have to feel or be a leader with ourselves in the sense that we have to acknowledge that I am responsible for my emotions. I am responsible for developing my happiness and to get rid of my suffering. And that's why, in a sense, the Buddha also said, there's no greater master than yourself. You won't find a greater master than yourself.
También lo mismo, peor enemigo, no va a encontrar peor enemigo que nosotros mismos.
But in the same way, there's no worse enemy than ourselves.
Cuando seguimos una cosa negativa, ¿cierto?
When we focus on the negative aspects.
Por eso es importante nosotros quiero una vida significativa.
And that's why it's important for us to actually want to have a significant life,
Mejor persona
to be a better person,
quiere servicio, servir humanidad, quiere servir.
and to want to serve or be of service to humanity.
Y eso yo voy a utilizar mi vida.
And that way I'm going to use my life,
Eso grande regalo, una vida es regalo.
because this life is a great gift.
Por eso meditation es uno de las más muy importante, una medicina para vida.
And that's why meditation is basically a medicine for life.
Pero meta de, como nos aprenden de espiritualidad, meditation, comprender realidad, cómo funciona. Eso quiero saber solamente.
But the actual goal of this spiritual path is really to have understanding of how reality works. What is reality? In essence, that's what we're looking for.
Oh, eso, cuando comprendemos realidad, llama desperto, desperto. Oh, soy desperto.
And when we understand this reality, that's where we become awakened. That's what we refer to as awakened.
Comprender, ¿no?
Because it understands, there's comprehension of everything.
Y floreciendo,
And in that sense, we're also flourishing
cualidades positivas, ¿no?
with positive qualities.
Cuando no hay nubia, hay sol.
So when there is no clouds in the sky, you can see the sun.
Pero sol siempre presente, pero nube no permite verlos.
And that sun is always there, but sometimes the clouds don't let us see it.
Entonces, por eso sentir como eso, voy a volar más allá de nubias. No voy a quitar la nube.
And that's why eventually we have to think about, I'm going to go beyond the clouds. I'm not going to focus on removing the clouds. I'm just going to go beyond them.
Yo no tengo tiempo para las nubes.
Yeah, there's not enough time to be always removing clouds.
Ya, yo tengo otra misión.
I have another mission.
¿Ya? Eso. Entonces todo es poco, poco, ¿no? Procesos, ¿ya?
And this is a process and it's step by step.
Por eso no mirar los defectos que cosa suceder como nuestro mundo modernos. Entonces sentir compasión, ¿cierto? Entonces piensa como eso, independencia. También los seres rebeldes, y ellos son de como si fueran unos barros también, algunos como no tienen agradables ciertas situaciones, pero como barro, pero permite crecer nuestra lota de vida. Pensar eso, independencia.
And that way, we don't have to actually focus on everything that's wrong with the world. We can start to work on maybe seeing things as interdependent. And even if we have encounters with beings that are kind of hard for us to have a relationship with, we can see them as also mud in our sense for our own growth, as compost that gives food for our spiritual growth.
Ok, maravilloso. Entonces eso pequeño compartir y ustedes seguir importante pensando del otro y haber dado una tarea la más cierto. Cuando viene momentos de desafíos, reconocer, no reaccionar. Esa tarea.
All right, and then we're going to start with the meditation shortly. Just a reminder to keep seeing our life as this precious lotus flower above the mud. And then a small homework for this week is whenever you are facing a difficult situation, outside or inside, just recognize it. That's going to be the homework. Just recognize it
Respiración,
and focus on your breath.
no reacción.
No reactions.
Ahí puede estar baja la Tonglen. Comienza Tonglen.
And then you can work on Tonglen.
Tonglen como durante los días. No necesariamente, hacer Tonglen, no. Como día a día puede.
And you can do it during your day. You don't actually have to like, oh, I'm gonna sit and do Tonglen practice and close your eyes. You can actually do it during your day-to-day activities.
Ya, ok. Entonces, vamos, meditamos juntos.
Okay, so we're gonna start meditating.
Ok, entonces, todo postura más cómoda posible.
So make sure you get in a comfortable position.
Ese momento es importante, silencio dedicado, porque ese tiempo muy precioso.
And it's important that during this time we have a dedicated silence. We dedicate to silence because it's a very precious moment.
Postura siente más cómoda posible, tu cuerpo, espalda poco más recta.
So make sure you are in a position that's as comfortable for you. Just make sure that your back or your spine is straight.
Simplemente respiración profundamente, suavemente.
And we're going to start just by breathing profoundly and softly.
Inhalar, exhalar 3 veces.
So inhale and exhale 3 times.
Solta el cuerpo,
Release your body,
liberando cada tensión, estrés interiores.
release tension, inner stress,
Solo conecta con el cuerpo.
and just connect with your body.
Como revisando tu cuerpo, desde tu cabeza hasta perna.
And you can sort of scan your body from the top of your head all the way to your toes.
Solo conecta, como la desperta cuerpo tiene conciencia.
And just connect when and kind of feel an awakening of your body, the consciousness of your body,
Y conecta con tu mente.
and connect that with your mind.
Sentir corazón. Solo corazón se casa de nuestra mente.
And feel your heart, because the heart is the house of the mind.
El centro de corazón encender una luz como si fuera un sol brillante.
And in the center of our heart, we can visualize a light that's as bright as the sun.
Ese con sabiduría y compasión. Inseparable.
And this light is the inseparable union of wisdom and compassion.
Conecta ese naturaleza innato de bondad.
And connect with this innate nature of goodness.
Ese tu naturaleza.
And that's your true nature.
Ese somos.
That's what we are.
Ese más allá de palabras y formas.
That goes beyond words and beyond form.
Solo sentir, no hay palabra.
And just feel it. There's no words for it.
Y poco naturalmente tu cuerpo relajando, descansando, tu mente está calmando, como si fuera un océano Pacífico.
And as you feel that, you can slowly feel your body relax, your mind relax, and sort of feel like an ocean that's just in a calm state.
Es sentir como somos seres de luz, de la amor.
You just feel that we are this, I am this being, or we are these beings of light and of love.
Un momento conecta con eso.
So just connect with this.
Luego poco a poco, reflexionando nuestro propio dificultad o desafío de la vida, condiciones externas, condiciones internas, mirando desde la sol brillante.
And slowly we can start reflecting on our own lives, on our own hardships, whatever problems we have or situations, whether they be external conflicts or internal conflicts. You can start to observe them, but observe them from this perspective of watching it from our heart, from this bright sun.
Solo mirar, observar, no rechazar, no controlar,
And just observe it. Don't try to control it. Don't reject it.
solo quiero entender.
Just focus on trying to understand.
Cuando tú entiendes, sentir autocompasión,
And when you try to understand, you feel compassion.
aceptarlo
You accept it
y sentir amor,
and you feel love,
liberación,
liberation,
desapego.
detachment.
Entonces, primero enfocando por personal situaciones.
And that way we start with our own personal situations.
Inhalando con la compasión, exhalando con el amor.
So as you breathe in, you feel compassion, self-compassion. As you breathe out, you exhale with love.
No sentir culpa ni crítica.
No need to feel any guilt or criticism.
Somos humanos,
We're all human.
siempre mejorando, entendiendo mejor.
We're always in search for improvement and better understanding.
Un momento haciendo tonlen para uno mismo. auto tonglen.
And this, we can call this a self-tonglen or tonglen towards yourself.
Respiración puede hacer poco suave, poco largo cuando inhalando, cuando exhalando.
And your breath, you can try to make it a little bit long when you inhale and when you exhale.
De esa manera, nuestra situación está sanando, transformando en el camino de crecimiento.
And in this way, we are using the situation to transform, or we're transforming the situation and healing and adding to this, to our journey in growth.
Después se puede, poco a poco puede ver otros seres, seres del mundo o también seres específicos, tú ver momentos suprendo.
And we can slowly turn our attention to the lives and the suffering or the situations that other beings are going through. It could be in the world in general or anyone you have in mind specifically.
Y puede hacer tonglen con eso.
And you can use the same practice, Tonglen, for that.
Siempre atención plena con la amor y compasión con la respiración.
So always maintain your awareness and love and compassion when you're breathing in and out.
Y poco a poco, todo el sufrimiento, el mundo o uno mismo, transformando en la con felicidad y la paz.
And slowly, all the suffering of the world and the suffering within ourselves is transformed into happiness, into peace.
Y un momento de alegría, alegría, inhalando alegría, exhalando alegría.
This moment, focus on feeling joy. When you inhale, you feel joy, and when you exhale, you also feel joy.
Y también autorreposo.
And also rejoicement in yourself.
Y poco a poco puede dedicar eso todo a este positiva que puede acumular a través de meditación, que puede dedicar todos los seres.
And then as we feel this rejoicement and this joy or happiness, we can dedicate this, all of this merit, all of this transformational energy that we worked with during this meditation, we can dedicate it for the benefit of all beings.
Samjo semjo ren che ma ge wa nam ge yor che ke wa nyam bar me ba ya kon ne kon do per wa yo. Inhalen, exhalando profundamente.
Inhaling and exhaling deeply.
Y poco soltar el cuerpo, mover el cuello.
And slowly you can feel your body, release your body again, move your neck.
Ok. Maravilloso. Estamos terminando.
And we're finishing. You can open your eyes.
Entonces, hoy no pregunta, todo puede dormir bien.
And we're not going to do any questions tonight, so everybody can have a good night and sleep well.
Entonces, sí, sí que importar es utilizar el Tonglen. Ese es una herramienta, ¿ya? Herramienta.
So let's keep in mind that it's important to remember to use this Tonglen. This is a tool.
Eso es muy sencillo, muy simple.
It's actually very simple.
Primero, reconocer cualquier situación, después de respiración, después ya practicando el Tonglen, ¿cierto? No mucho complicación.
So it's not really complicated. Just recognize the situation, focus on your breath, and then do the Tonglen practice.
Día a día, día a día. Eso para mí personalmente ha ayudado muchísimo para Lama.
And you can do it every day. And for Lama especially, this has been especially helpful as a daily practice.
¿No? Incluso dolor físico, dole, otro de ellos dolía estómago poquito, haciendo Tonglen, Tonglen.
Even with physical pain, the other day, Lama had a stomach ache, and he says, "Oh, I can use this as a practice for Tonglen."
Ese dolor de físico, como kármico, dolor de kármico, y se representa dolor de todo la serie. Todo serie liberar a mi dolor, como solo meditar eso. Entonces, realmente mejorando, yo mejorando. Seguramente ayuden algunos pedacitos, seguro para otros seres.
And in that sense, the physical pain, I can see it as a karmic pain. I can feel and work and transform this pain in my body so that I can liberate the pain in all the beings. And in that way, it's a great practice, and it's been very helpful for Lama.
Ya, ok. Entonces, buenas noches. Gracias, Eric y Jeffrey y todos los hermanos hermanos y hermanas.
So have a good night, everyone. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Eric. Gracias, Lama.
Gracias, gracias. Y nos vemos.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias, Chile, Brasil, Colombia, Estados Unidos.
Gracias,
Costa Rica.
Lama.
Gracias.
Mamá May.
Gracias, Lama.
Gracias, Rashidele.
Gracias, feliz noche.